grandfather was a pastor. My father was a pastor's kid.
Yeah.
And he was the youngest. What's interesting is like the thing is like we can't stigmatize everybody because God exists on a much deeper level than just like what is right and what is wrong. And so like you probably see me and you see somebody that is like extremely immoral and like connected with really bad parts of myself. But the thing is like I've had to come to understand myself through a more primal nature and like.
So how do you know the fundamental nature of reality? How do you know about God? You're talking about God, but which God are you talking about?
So I kind of am speaking about God in a little bit more of a cosmic sense because like the thing is like Christians aren't wrong. No religion is wrong. And like the thing is like we all have a beautiful idea of what God is. We just need to like understand what each other's understanding of that is. What is your relationship with Muslim people?
Well, I call Muslim people to repent. I try to show them where they're wrong. See, all religions, they can't all be right because they contradict each other, right?
Exactly.
So there has to be one truth, and Christianity is the truth. Jesus Christ said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me."
Okay.
So you seem to not accept that.
No, it's just that I've done a lot more education than you have. I'm here. I'm studying art, and so the thing is art is science, and art has always connected people with who they are. Art gave people, the reason that the Catholic Church was a good thing for so many years is because people were illiterate. And so we look back on that time and we don't understand that. So like, the reason artists and paintings were so great is because we had to develop this pictorial language to communicate with each other. And so what's really cool about the Protestant Church is the Protestant Church with like Martin Luther King, he saw that and he was like, okay, so Christianity can't just be based on art. It has to be based on science too. And so like, the thing is like you need both of those things, and like art will always prevail in science, and you see that in the Protestant Church. You see that in how well handmade everything is, but you also see that like in the Catholic Church because the thing is like they just need like more material reminders and like an idea of art to be able to ground themselves to feel connected to go to church.
So how do you know about God? You have this God that you acknowledge, but that's not the God of the Bible. So what are you using to come to conclusions about God if it's not his revelation in the Bible? Yeah,
so I'm using psychology and I'm using art and I'm using science to understand and develop my idea of the world better. It's just that like the thing is like do you support capitalism?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the thing about capitalism is that we need a free market of ideas and we need to be able to share with each other because we're always going to learn from each other. And that's where Christians go wrong, is that like we don't like, we're so good at seeing what's going wrong in society that we kind of lapse some critical thinking because we don't have a good understanding of the past, because the Bible has been written in the past and it has been changed so many times because it's been changed through language and it's been changed through culture. And that's why you see like a connection in like Hispanic culture to Guadalupe, is because they took what they knew of reality and they merged it with Christianity and they built something really beautiful. And like with Christianity comes from the Middle East. And so like if you're Islamophobic, like that's because you see the extremism.
I'm not.
Okay, but like if you're gonna call them terrorists,
I didn't call them terrorists.
Okay, but you came very close.
I said I call them to repent.
Okay.
I call every non-Christian to repent.
Okay.
And so you seem to have a conception of God that's created by the human mind.
Yes.
And so the human mind is finite and limited, and therefore cannot know the true nature of reality if there is no revelation from God informing that mind about what is true about reality. So you're abandoning God's revelation in the Bible to know about God, and you have a false God that you've constructed with your own mind.
Yeah.
That's why you're dressed as a woman.
Okay.
Because you're rejecting what God says in the Bible about men not dressing like women and women not dressing like men.
That's what you believe. And so the thing about Christianity is Christianity has been developed and borrowed by so many cultures. And like the thing is it originally comes from Judaism. So like what makes Christianity beautiful is that you have this idea of Gentiles and Jews coming together. And so it's this cultural understanding of the world by trying to understand everyone. And so the only thing is like, I've been where you are. It's just like, I know that you're holding a lot on your shoulders and you feel very compelled, but like, you just haven't done enough understanding of the world yet.
No, God informs me about the world through the Bible.
Here's the thing:
I don't trust in human opinions.
Using the Bible as a way to critically think.
You keep using human opinions.
I know that, but the thing is like, we're both extremists a little bit here, and so we need to learn from each other.
There's nothing extreme about following God's commands.
Okay, so here's the thing: is I'm not going to sink into you the same way you're not going to sink into me. But I'm really glad that I met you today.
So I encourage you to stop trusting in finite, limited consciousness to understand what's true about reality, because you could always be deceiving yourself, right? Okay. So how can you justify your beliefs if you're trusting in finite, limited consciousness that could always be wrong?
Because I've done the science and I've done the thinking.
So you're trusting in your consciousness again?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so that you can't do that if it's finite, because you could always be wrong, right?
You believe in Sky Daddy.
God is omniscient. He reveals to me what's true about reality. That's why my faith is different than your faith.
Science and art and like what in the world around me has informed me of reality.
But you're trusting in your own mind. That's limited. So you can't justify your beliefs.
Our mind is exponential. That's what you need to learn about yourself.
So you know everything?
No, I don't know everything.
Okay, so then you could be wrong about reality, right?
But you could also be wrong, and that's
no, because I have revelation from the all-knowing being.
I'm going to leave because I'm not going to sink into you, but I'm very happy I met you, and I'm very glad that we had this
conversation. I encourage you to repent.
And I will pray for you, and you are blessed, and you are loved, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise.
I want to warn you. Okay. You're in danger of hell. You need Jesus.
I know.
You need Jesus.